Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Due to a recent case of rabies reported in the Wood County area, Sheriff Tom Castello would like for everyone to pay close attention to wild animals in the area. If Wood County residents see a wild animal acting strangely or one that appears to be sick, he asks that they contact the Wood County Sheriff's Office. And by the way, Sheriff Lewis Tatum would ask you to contact the Hopkins County Sheriff's Office should you see a wild animal that acts as though it has rabies. Monday night, the Silver Spring School Board was introduced to the class of 2017 valedictorian and salutatorian. They saw 2 returning members receive the oath of office, heard reports on various projects, and voted to remodel the ag shop and purchase welding equipment to upgrade the program. Lydia Burleson was recognized as valedictorian, and Tori Mattison is recognized as salutatorian for the class of 2017. They were presented plaques by Board President Lisa Tolliver. They will be introduced to the community May 11th at a press day event at the high school. Ron Cardwell of Gallagher Construction Services presented an update on Primm Stadium. He stated they expect completion of the work to fall in the first week of August, as subcontractors are being encouraged to complete their work by July 15th. He stated that the field is complete and except for some of the work along the perimeter. He said the turf field will be covered as the remainder of the work is completed at the stadium. Lighting for the field and stadium should begin and be completed in July. Building foundations are complete and masonry work will continue through June. Structural steel for bleachers and press boxes in place, and bleachers should be completed by the end of June. The press box should be finished at the end of July and is expected to be one of the last projects to be finished. Completion of plumbing and electrical work will also be in the final steps of the project. Concession stands, spirit shop, restrooms are expected to be completed by mid-July. Paving of the parking area should begin the second week of June and be completed by mid-July. Concrete podium, concourse, and retaining walls should also be completed by mid-July. Robin Vaughn and Robert Cody received the oath of office Monday night. They returned to their seats on the school board. Lisa Tolliver was elected president of the board, Robin Vaughn vice president, and Robert Cody returns to the office of secretary. The board leadership did not rotate this year. John Prickett nominated the current leadership, saying that the board leadership had developed a good relationship with the administration, and this would facilitate another smooth year for activities. Breakfast and lunch fees for adult staff and visitors will increase effective Wednesday, May 10th. Breakfast will be $2.05 and lunch $3.60. Student lunches will not change in cost. In reports, Kristen Monk presented a report on the School Health Advisory Committee for 2016-2017. It was noted that students participated on this board and made contributions to the process. Those students were commended. Josh Williams presented updates on the campus and district improvement plans. The board authorized the issuance of refunding bonds, establishing the parameters for funding and delegating authority to the administration. This action will facilitate the needed steps in moving quickly in the bond market as needed. A budget amendment allowed the increase in CTE budget. The CTE budget funds career and technology education in the school district. The board approved spending for the ag shop remodel, funds for welders, welding booths, CTE textbooks, and funds to lease purchase 1,050 iPads. The old iPads will be sold and will fund at least 1/3 of the cost of the new iPads. The board also approved a maintenance purchase of a skylift. Final arguments in a jury trial underway in the 8th Judicial District Court began at 12:30 Tuesday, and the trial is expected to conclude Tuesday afternoon. Chad Allen Capiello, a remodeler repair contractor who also uses the alias Chad Russell, is being tried on 2 counts of theft of property, more than $1,500 but less than $20,000. This is not his first day in court for an offense related to this type of theft. A witness from at least 3 other instances that have gone to court in Texas counties were called to testify in this case. In opening remarks Monday morning, Assistant District Attorney Clay Harrison noted that Capiello changed his name from Chad Russell to Chad Lee Capiello and then to Chad Capiello over the past 23 years. However, he uses both the last name Russell and Capiello as it suits the opportunity to defraud individuals of money in remodeling and in repair schemes. His current wife, Christy Capiello, also uses her maiden name as a telemarketer for the business ventures. Harrison pointed out that anyone attempting to find the location of the business would be unable to locate the Capiellos due to masking websites, email origination, and the use of cell phones. He stated that attempts to go to the addresses listed for the company were always fruitless. Even the managers or owners of the buildings where their listed address would have been could not define the Capiellos nor their business. In an internet search performed by KSST News, Capiello has been charged in several counties on similar charges. The local case focuses on charges filed and an indictment rendered by a Hopkins County grand jury regarding the theft of property, to be exact, money paid for work never completed in a home remodel in Como. Patty Sells will serve as Grand Marshal of the Hopkins County Fall Festival Parade in October 2017. Sells will be honored for the work she does for families that have lost a soldier and for the scholarships the Tanner Higgins Warrior Run gives to students. The announcement was made Monday night during a meeting of the Fall Festival Board. A number of decisions were made during that meeting. The Kelly Miller Circus will be invited to return. A date has not been confirmed. A committee of the board members will plan and develop a caged dodgeball tournament. The committee will write the rules, regulations, organize, and publicize the event to secure teams. The Fall Festival is seeking a 24-foot gooseneck flatbed trailer to use for 2 months. It will be decorated for the local board's use in Fall Festival and Christmas parades. If someone donates the trailer, it will be considered a nonprofit gift to the festival board and become a tax write-off for that individual. A committee was formed to work on Emerald City Band concert. The festival board is also planning a Saturday night concert and dance during the Fall Festival this year. They're also in the beginning stages of planning a summertime event for the public. They're donating $500 to the Sheriff's Posse for security services during the festival. Great weather. All vendors were present, and a near sellout enabled Red, Whites, and Brews Art Foster with Buried Bones Foundation to say all went well with the second annual event. This is the first year Buried Bones Foundation has managed the event. Foster said a great layout, positive feedback, and workers being on time enabled the event to be very smooth. He noted that Buried Bones Foundation had not asked for a large number of sponsors and noted that donations to the event did not drive the final monetary results. Monday afternoon, Foster told KSST News that he had returned to run his business on Sunday, Foster's Place in Picton, and had not spent any time in the financials of the event on that day. However, he did mail a check to beer distributors on Monday, will pay for the ice on Tuesday, and then sometime Wednesday or Thursday, he plans to have the final results and prepare checks for the City Animal Shelter and Hearts of Life Animal Rescue. A portion of the proceeds will also be used to serve as seed money for next year's event.
This week of May is not only Hospital Week, but National Nurses Week. Sherry Moore has brought some of our nurses from Christus Mother Francis in to tell us about their jobs.
Sherry Moore from Christus Mother Francis Hospital. Good morning.
Good morning.
And who have you brought with you?
I brought some wonderful nurses because it's Nurses Week. It's also Hospital Week, but I brought Tana Holland, and she's the care coordinator for medical surgical floor. And then I brought Susan McGrady, who is the director of our ICU.
Okay. Well, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Susan, it seems like I have heard your name around.
Yes, I've been out there for 24 years working in the ICU.
Okay, so all the time in ICU?
Yes. Well, I mean, I had other areas, but ICU is my one love, or true love of nursing.
Okay.
So most of my nursing career, which spans about 38, 39 years, has been critical care.
Okay. So how did you, just briefly, decide that this is what you wanted to do in your life?
Oh, well.
Do you remember?
Well, actually, I like to help people. I like to take care of them. And even way back in high school, and I was doing a class they called ICT, which was, we were working in the hospital for a period of time each morning, Monday through Friday, and then we would work one day on the weekend, a Saturday or Sunday. And so that got me started in my nursing career here at because I actually graduated here from Sulphur Springs High School.
Okay, well, thank you. And we're going to talk to Tana Lamp Holland. Hi.
Hello.
And so you've been a nurse for a while.
I have been a nurse for 9 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been at the hospital for 11. I started as a CNA. Actually, Susan hired me after I had been out of college. I'm in college for a year. I went to LVN school, went to RN school, and now have moved up into a leadership role.
Okay. And so I encountered you on the 3rd floor.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do there?
I'm the coordinator and supervisor for the staff on the 3rd floor and for case management as well, and lead our team to provide excellent care to our patients.
Okay. And pediatrics is in there somewhere.
Yes, we also care for our younger generations, pediatrics, and that's not a major population that we have, but we do care for them as needed.
Okay. And so early in your life, how did you decide what you wanted to be?
I was always the little girl that gave my stuffed animal shots and put Band-Aids on them, and I guess that just followed through as the years went. So I always knew I wanted to care for people and care for kids, and I just continued with that path. I did health science technology in high school and through that program, and went to college knowing I was going to be a nurse. So.
Okay. Well, there's more about Christus Mother Francis that we want to find out. But Sherry, talk loud and tell me about your nurses reception, because this is Nurses Week.
Well, I'll let Tana tell, because I didn't actually go. The nurses set all that up, but it was amazing what they did last night. So I'll let her share.
Okay.
In honor of Nurses Week, we provided a reception for our nursing staff for the hospital and the clinic at Arturo's. They were very grateful to open their facility up to us for the evening, and we had pizza and socialized and door prizes. We gave away 3 leadership awards to 3 of our staff members that were nominated by their peers for leadership and excellence of nursing. Those went to Jerica Breimer, Rob Sexton, and Vicki Smithers. And then we also had a guest from Mother Francis in Tyler as part of our health system, and we rolled out the Daisy Award, which we're going to start, which is a nationally recognized award that we're going to give twice a year, and it's to honorees that are recognized for their outstanding care and nursing, and they'll receive a pin and a hand sculptured, and the award is in memory of Patrick Barnes, and so it's given to 2 members that have provided excellent care.
Okay, that sounds very nice.
Yeah, so everyone had a good time and lots of laughs, and it's nice to get together and socialize. So we really enjoyed last night. We had about 72 come, so that's good.
Well, the month of May is really all about health care, isn't it, Sherry?
It is. You have Hospital Week and Nurses Week really almost simultaneously. Nurses Week is always the 6th through the 12th, and then Hospital Week is always this particular week in May, and so they always end up kind of meeting each other. And so the nurses plan things for the nurses, and then we plan things just for the hospital in general, and we'll do tomorrow a picnic. And it'll be from 11 to 1, and we're very grateful and thankful for a number of years, probably more like 21 years now. Alliance Bank always comes out and brings their grill and their staff and some of their vice presidents, and they're the ones that do the hot work of cooking the burgers and the hot dogs. And so we're very grateful and appreciative that they're willing to do that, just to thank the hospital associates and staff and providers for what we do each day, day in and day out. And so we'll have that tomorrow. And then we're doing something different this year. that we've never done before, and part of it is because of our mission statement with Christus Health is to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. And one of the things that they do in all of their facilities at some point is they do what's called the blessing of the hands. And they bless the hands of all the associates, from the nursing staff all the way down to the housekeeper and the people that work in dietary and all those different areas, because everybody is either taking care of a patient or they're taking care of someone that takes care of a patient. And so we'll actually do something this evening for the evening staff at 7:30 in our chapel, and then the pastor will go around to the various locations, because obviously our staff can't leave our patients on the floors and in the different areas, so we'll go to them in some areas. But then on Friday, Sister Margot, who is one of the nuns from Christus Mother Francis in Tyler, she is going to be here, and she is, shall we say, a little fireball. And so she is coming on Friday to do a ceremony in the lobby, and then she will also go around to the various units and will do a blessing of the hands. And there's a special, I was looking it up and researching it because I thought it was very interesting, and everybody kind of does it a little bit different, but it is a blessing of the hand for people in the caregiver occupation. And so you anoint the hand with oil, and part of the things you do is just talk about how all of our hands are unique and all of our hands are different, but that we use those hands to care for other people. And so I think it will be a really neat ending to Nurses Week, and then also to Hospital Week, to have this on Friday with Sister Margot, but we will be doing something this evening as well. So.
Well, that's really lovely. Yes, many changes in place in our hospital. We say our hospital, Christus Mother Francis in Sulphur Springs. And Sherry wears many hats.
I do.
You're marketing and what else?
I do patient experience, and then I also do the volunteers. And so I have a couple other administrative things that are not quite so much fun, but they have to be done, so I do those as well. So I've been blessed to be there. I haven't been there quite as long as Susan, but I've been there this August. It'll be 22 years.
Okay.
So seen lots of changes. I think the most exciting thing for us now is the opportunity to, we've always prayed with people, but I think now we can do that in a more open manner than what we have in the past. And so that's exciting, to be able to pray for people and be able to minister to them. We'll be looking at our chaplaincy program. I'm involved in that. That's another one of my hats. And how can we come alongside what they do at Mother Francis, Christus Mother Francis in Tyler, and do some things with our chaplaincy program. So it's kind of baby steps. You can't do it all in one day.
When I was there, and my mother was in the hospital for just 2 days, I discovered again your pretty chapel.
Yes, we do. Thanks to the Ministerial Alliance, they furnished that. They made sure that we had this beautiful stained glass window, and the furnishings that are in there. It is a very peaceful place. It's on the first floor, and we encourage people while they are there with some family member, if they need just a few minutes away, they kind of have two choices. They can go in the chapel, or they can go into the beautiful gardens that were provided by the Healthcare Foundation, which is just wonderful and has a lot of benches and just a waterfall and some really neat places where you can connect with the Lord and just have a little bit of peace and quiet if you're dealing with some medical struggles, or your family member is dealing with that. So we're thankful for those things.
And it is a lovely place. And I wish you could have brought all the nurses here today so that we could celebrate all of them, but someone's got to mind the store. I'm sure there are others that would have come in for this interview.
Yes, Anitha Sanderson is our interim CNO, and she had to be in Tyler today, so she's actually already headed there. She had some meetings all day long in Tyler. We are part of the Northeast Texas region for Christus Health, and so that encompasses Tyler, Jacksonville, Winsboro, and then our hospital, and then you've got also in Northeast Texas, Texarkana and Longview, and so there's different regions inside there, but we're all part of the Northeast Texas region area. So it's lots going on, lots happening.
I guess I would like to ask how many nurses do work at our hospital and how many people work at our hospital. Do we know those figures?
I have 65 on the medical surgical pediatrics department. that's full-time, and people who just work part-time for us. I think OB has around 30 employees.
30 to 40.
Yeah, 30 to 40 employees.
Yeah, ICU has around 25, and then ER has around 40. I would say we're somewhere between 125 and 150 nursing employees.
Okay.
Nursing makes up the largest bulk of our, and then if you count nurses, that work at the clinic, different levels, LVN and medical assistants and things of that nature. So, if you look at the full workforce, including the clinic, then we're upwards of close to 600, and that includes PRN and people that we use in a lot of different capacities that we need to be successful at taking care of our patients. So we have lots of people.
Well, we have just a couple of minutes left on this being Nurses Week, and also, I guess, more than observing, we're celebrating Hospital Week.
Yes.
And we have a wonderful hospital here in Sulphur Springs, and it is a boon to us that Christus Mother Francis has come in. And what is ahead?
What is ahead?
Things in the future.
Oh my goodness, that's probably a good question. I don't know.
Well, I've never seen Sherry to not know.
I know. Well, I'm kind of one of those that we're taking one day at a time. What's exciting is in the fall, in October, we will be moving to a new medical record, and it's electronic medical record, and it's called Epic. And a lot more will be coming on that, but we'll be all connected. The doctors in the hospital will be connected, and then we'll be connected to Christus Mother Francis in Tyler and in Winsboro and in Jacksonville, because we'll all be on Epic. So it is something that we could never do on our own as a district hospital because it's very expensive. But because of the alignment with Christus Health and Christus Mother Francis in Tyler, it's something that's coming. So we're all working on that. That's going to be what's going to happen the next 3 or 4 months, is these nice ladies will be very, very busy learning a new medical record and teaching their staff that and rolling it out. So that's probably what's coming right this minute.
Well, we want to thank you for your work, for each and every one of you, every day that you put in and all those hours. And thank you, Sherry, for bringing them in and all that you do.
Thank you for allowing us to be here. We appreciate it.
At Christus Mother Francis Hospital. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
The Wildcats football team had their 8th spring practice Monday outside. There are 6 more to go, and then the May 19th spring game. Wildcats defensive coordinator Tristan Abram says he's just about installed all of the Wildcats defensive scheme this spring. Included are just about every blitz and call that he'll be making during games this fall. The Wildcats defense is designed to make them multiple and unpredictable. Coach Abrams says the Wildcats players are picking up the defense, and he's noted fewer busts so far this spring than he expected. He says he's happy with where the players are right now. They seem to have a good day against the offense on Monday. Blitzing helped. But Coach Abram knows the offense and crafty offensive coordinator Matt Young will show up with some new wrinkles Tuesday and beyond. Then he'll have to adjust. Coach Abram says the game-like adjustments are what he loves about spring football. He says he feels pretty good knowing that he has lots of defensive returners from last year's team. In over 20 years of coaching track athletes, Wildcats and Lady Cats hurdles coach Derek Tyson says he's taken several athletes to Austin for the state track meet. In the past, he says their attitude was, "Oh well, we made it." Coach Tyson says he has a different feeling working with Lady Cat Abby Bayer, who will run in the 300-meter hurdles in Austin Friday night at the state track meet. He says workouts have been going really well. The usually busy Bear is only practicing her hurdles right now, and Coach Tyson says she is very focused. He says Abby's rhythm and her technique going over the hurdles right now can be a difference maker in Austin Friday. Coach Tyson says Bear has an excellent chance to medal. He goes further and says that he is in it for her to win it Friday. Abby enters the race with the fourth best time in the state, and she ran a 45.7 time in the second place finish at the regional track meet. And Coach Tyson says if everything goes as planned and Abby runs like she is working out right now, she could run a time in the mid-44s that could win the race.
This past Thursday at the square, many people gathered to honor our local veterans with a send-off as they prepared to fly off this weekend for their trip to Washington, D.C. The veterans will be taking this trip so that they can view their war memorial. Here is some footage from that send-off at the square.
Our leaders have been military leaders. And today I get to stand in front of a bunch of heroes that I have, that you have been military leaders and heroes in our side. In fact, George Marshall said this: military power wins battles, but spiritual power wins wars.
I'm so excited today to be here and to recognize these great guys that are going from Silver Springs. Honor Flight started as a national organization in 04, but Honor Flight DFW started in 09. And I had the privilege of going on that first trip with my dad in May of 09. Since then, our mission started to carry World War II veterans. That's why this all came about, because they were not going to see the World War II Memorial. It wasn't finished until 04, and they just weren't going. So that's when this all started. Now, we are transitioning also into taking Korean veterans and Vietnam veterans. So if any of you out there are veterans and haven't signed up, go to our website and sign up. Get that application in. Honor Flight DFW is a 501(c) nonprofit organization. These guys are finding out they're getting all of this voluntarily. There's not any paid staff. We do all of this because we want to. And the ones out there that are going with us this time as guardians, the ones that have been as guardians, look around. They're paying their own way. But you veterans, it's all about you in the blue.
We hope our vets have a safe trip with a safe return and a great time in D.C. I'm Elijah from Channel 18 KSST News.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.